The billionaire's biggest lie. When Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion in October 2022, he promised to restore free speech, eliminate censorship, and create an open town square for the world. But has Twitter X truly become more free or just differently controlled? Musk has reinstated previously banned accounts, removed certain content restrictions, and overhauled Twitter's verification and monetization models. However, critics argue that he has also silenced opponents, manipulated reach, and turned Twitter, now X, into a platform that serves his personal and business interests. Did Musk fight for democracy, or did he just seize control? Let's examine the real impact of Elon Musk's Twitter takeover and whether his vision of free speech is truly what millions expected. Has Musk really saved free speech, or has he just reshaped it in his image? Let's dive in. The money play, Musk's billion-dollar Twitter manipulation, the Twitter takeover, Elon Musk's free speech experiment, or power grab, Twitter's censorship before Musk. Before Musk's takeover, Twitter had a long history of content moderation and bans, often criticized for suppressing certain viewpoints while allowing others to thrive. High-profile cases like the Hunter Biden laptop story suppression and the banning of President Donald Trump raised concerns about political bias. A 2021 study by the New York University Stern Center for Business and Human Rights found that claims of systematic conservative censorship on Twitter were largely unfounded, yet Musk cited these concerns as his main reason for buying the platform. So, did Musk really change things, or did he just swap one form of control for another? When Elon Musk took over Twitter, he framed himself as a champion of free speech against big tech censorship. He fired over 80% of Twitter's workforce, dismantled its trust and safety team, and reinstated banned accounts like Donald Trump, Andrew Tate, and Kanye West. Twitter is the digital town square. Free speech is essential for democracy, Elon Musk. But did Musk truly create an open platform, or did he just set new rules to benefit himself? Instead of restoring fairness, Musk introduced a subscription-based model where paying users receive increased visibility and engagement benefits, sparking debate over content fairness. So the real question is, did Musk really believe in free speech, or did he just want to own it? The ban hammer, how Musk silences his critics on Twitter. Expert insight, the free speech paradox. Harvard law professor Evelyn Douek explains, the problem with social media free speech absolutism is that it almost always collapses under its own contradictions. The question isn't whether there should be moderation, but rather who gets to decide. Elon Musk's Twitter policies illustrate this paradox. He claims to promote free speech while simultaneously enacting bans and content suppression that serve his personal interests. Here's where the controversy becomes clear. Musk suspends journalists for reporting on private jet. Musk banned journalists from the New York Times, CNN, and the Washington Post for covering his private jet movements, calling it doxing, even though the information was publicly available. His move to suspend these journalists raised concerns about free speech on Twitter and the power of platform moderation. Musk restricts competitors on Twitter. Musk imposed restrictions on links to rival social media platforms like Instagram, Mastodon, and Substack, raising concerns about Twitter stifling competition. These actions sparked criticism about the implications for open dialogue on social media. Parody accounts banned on Twitter. Despite his previous statements that comedy should be protected speech, Musk banned parody accounts making fun of him. He later clarified that free speech does not mean free reach, a statement that has led to debates about platform moderation and the control of online discourse. Who decides who gets a voice on Twitter? Musk's actions highlight the paradox of free speech versus platform control. Should a billionaire like Musk have the power to decide which voices are amplified or suppressed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The shadow ban scandal, Twitter's algorithm manipulation case study, the COVID-19 debate. Under previous Twitter leadership, certain COVID-19 discussions, especially those contradicting the WHO or CDC guidelines, were flagged or had their visibility limited. This was part of a broader effort to curb the spread of misinformation. When Musk took control, he removed many of these restrictions, positioning himself as a champion of open science and encouraging more open discussion of controversial topics, including vaccine skepticism. However, internal reports from Twitter, leaked by former employees, suggested that some content, particularly related to vaccine skepticism, was still suppressed on the platform. This raised concerns among critics, who questioned whether Musk's commitment to absolute free speech truly aligned with his actions. So the question remains, did Twitter's shadow bans truly disappear, or did Musk adopt a new form of content moderation tailored to his own interests? Before Musk's acquisition, shadow bans at Twitter. Prior to Musk's acquisition, there were allegations of a system of shadow banning on Twitter, where the visibility of tweets or accounts was reduced without explicit notifications, often based on content that violated platform guidelines. Musk promised to expose and end these practices upon taking control. Some reports and data shared under his leadership have suggested that this transparency has increased, but critics argue that content moderation continues in ways that resemble shadow banning, particularly when it comes to suppressing content that criticizes Musk or his policies. Case study: the Block the Blue movement. When users mocked Musk's new paid verification system, some accounts appeared to experience reduced visibility. While it's clear that some accounts were suppressed after mocking the verification model, it's important to note that this could be attributed to changes in Twitter's algorithm and moderation processes, rather than a deliberate policy of shadow banning. Musk did comment on these issues, acknowledging that some forms of criticism could be met with algorithmic changes. So, is Musk just a new version of big tech censorship? Musk's leadership has ignited a broader debate about the role of private companies in moderating content on public platforms. While Musk has made significant efforts to reduce content moderation and increase transparency, his decisions have also raised concerns about selective enforcement and whether certain voices, particularly those criticizing him, are being disproportionately suppressed. Whether Musk's actions represent a new era of less censorship or simply a reconfiguration of how online content is managed remains a highly debated issue. The debate around content moderation, shadow banning, and free speech on Twitter is complex. While Musk has taken steps to promote free speech and transparency, the continued moderation of certain types of content, especially when it comes to criticism of his policies, has raised questions about whether his platform is genuinely embracing free speech or simply shifting censorship practices. The role of algorithms and their impact on visibility remains a central issue in this ongoing conversation. The money play, Musk's billion-dollar Twitter manipulation expert quote, "The business of free speech." Tech journalist Casey Newton, founder of Platformer, states, Elon Musk didn't buy Twitter to defend free speech. He bought it to control one of the most powerful communication tools on the planet. Everything he's done since then proves it's about money and influence. Since taking over Twitter, Musk has aggressively monetized the platform, introducing Twitter Blue, now X Premium, paid boosts for tweets, and exclusive content subscriptions that prioritize paying users. Musk's actions suggest that while he claims to protect free speech, his true motivations might also include financial gain and increased influence. New subscription model. Pay for visibility. Twitter Blue, now X Premium, gives higher priority to paying users. If you don't pay, your tweets may receive less visibility. AI and data mining. Twitter has become an essential resource for Musk's ventures, including XAI, which benefits from the platform's vast user data to fuel AI development. Government deals. Despite Musk's earlier promise to reduce government influence, Twitter, now X, continues to cooperate with global agencies, providing user data when legally required, which raises questions about his stance on government control. Free speech is great, unless it costs me money, paraphrased from Musk's views. Is Musk really protecting speech, or just making sure it benefits him? Let's debate in the comments. The final verdict. Is Twitter still free speech? Historical context. How social media censorship evolved. Before Musk, Twitter was often accused of favoring certain political ideologies, but content moderation was at least governed by established policies. Under Musk, many argue that Twitter X has become more centralized, with decisions often dictated by one individual, which raises concerns about transparency. As media expert Emily Bell from Columbia Journalism School puts it, Twitter under Musk is a case study in how a single person can reshape global information flows at an unprecedented scale. Whether that's good or bad depends entirely on your perspective. So, is Twitter a free speech haven, or has it simply become a billionaire's megaphone? Musk sold the world a dream of a digital town square where all voices could be heard. What he delivered, however, is a platform that's increasingly under the control of one individual, where banned voices were reinstated, often based on personal or political interests. Competitors were restricted, with some content suppressed or throttled to limit reach. A pay-to-play model replaced organic reach, where paying users gained priority in visibility. The real question: Musk promised a platform for free speech, but critics argue that in practice, he's prioritized his own interests, creating a system where those who support him or pay for the privilege receive preferential treatment. So, the real question remains: did Elon Musk save free speech, or did he just buy it? Is Musk a free speech champion, or just another tech overlord? If you've enjoyed this cinematic-style journey through the world of tech, media, and Musk's controversial reign over Twitter, along with deep dives into Hollywood's elite, controversial celebrities, and the power dynamics shaping our digital and entertainment worlds, consider subscribing for more thought-provoking blogs in the future. We dive deep into the stories that challenge the status quo, explore the influence of the rich and powerful, and spark the conversations that matter. Don't miss out on the next chapter. Subscribe now and join the conversation.